Hello guys, it's Wizard TZK, and today we're going to be going over 5 things I actually like about Black Ops 6 Zombies. And in my last video I did mention 5 things I didn't like about the game. And do keep in mind, just because I say I didn't like things about the game doesn't mean I fully hate it. I actually do like quite a lot of stuff with Black Ops 6 Zombies, and today I'm just basically going over 5 things I do like. And one of the biggest things which I do like is the wonder weapon improvements. The jet gun no longer explodes on you after using it. And the thing is, with transit, if it went in the lava, you can't get the parts back, which means you can't build it again, whereas with Black Ops 6 they've at least fixed this issue so it doesn't explode at all on overheat. And the jet gun also has a new ability, like sending out a massive blast radius of just heat that just burns anything. Although it does take a while to actually recharge, it is really useful for crowd control. And not to mention as well, the ray gun too is more balanced. It's not too overpowered like Cold War. With Cold War Zombies it was very overpowered. It get you like basically into the 50s really easily. Whereas now I feel like they've at least balanced it a lot more. It is still strong, but not too strong. And I also feel like it's harder to get the weapons from the box, which is good. It encourages you to build the wonder weapons yourself, which by the way I do have guides on the channel if you want to see that. But rather than getting it the easy way, it does actually make you build it. I always build the wonder weapons every single game because I never get them. Or you can use the gobble gun that allows you to get them first time out of the box, but they are very limited. Another thing I do like as well about Black Ops 6 Zombies is the augment system. For me it's a lot better than Cold War's system of just making the perks stronger. It actually has like additional effects and bonuses you can add to the perk, like critical damage, more armor bonuses for example. And you can only pick one major and one minor augment at a time, which means you do have to think carefully about which one you actually want to take, which is good. It balances the perk system out a lot more rather than Cold War's system of permanently upgrading it. It makes you actually choose carefully about the upgrades that you actually want. And the thing is, with Cold War's system, the actual upgrades stack up together to make a really overpowered combination. So for example, you had a ton of abilities which you could use to upgrade crystals with, and you could basically have like all 5 of these basically upgraded. Obviously it was a little difficult to get to tier 5, but once you did get to tier 5 you couldn't swap any out, you just had all 5. Whereas now with Cold War you do at least have some augments, which means you can only choose one or the other, and these do give you slight bonuses, but at least they're not too overpowered in my opinion, because you can still die easily. And also another major improvement from Cold War is the Wonder Fizz machine, although I feel like it shouldn't really exist in the game because it makes getting perks too easy. At least it spawns later in the game rather than early on in Cold War. With Black Ops 6 it spawns in at around 25, which means you have to survive longer to earn it. And the thing is as well, on Liberty Falls it actually spawns on the roof, which I actually quite like, because the rooftop is quite a small area, which means you basically have to strategize when to get it. And there is no ring of fire either, which means you can just hold out. So it is obviously a lot more difficult with all the elite Zeds constantly hitting you. And in my opinion it's just a massive improvement over Cold War. Spawning the Wonder Fizz early on in Cold War, it just made the game far too easy, along with all of the overpowered shotguns and wonder weapons you can get. And speaking of Cold War, Black Ops 6 yet again improves on this formula by introducing better field upgrades. There is no ring of fire ability in the game, which does make the game a lot more challenging. In Cold War, you've probably seen it in a lot of videos, but on the Die Machine high rounds, people literally just stood at a corner with Ring of Fire. It just made the game far too easy. People were literally getting to like round 500 on that map. And although you could say the same thing about the recent injector strategy, it does at least provide a little more challenge, because you do have to spend salvage to basically get it every time. And to me, each upgrade is a lot more balanced for certain situations. So you've got Ether Shrouds, Frenzied Guards, where basically you're getting out of bad situations. You've also got Healing Aura for multiplayer. And I feel like this is a lot better than Cold War's field upgrades. Of course, you got Energy Mine there still, but they're not too overpowered. They're actually balanced for once. Although one complaint I do have with the field upgrades, they are a bit slow at recharging. But I also feel like that's a good thing, so you can't abuse them, like keep reusing them like every single round kind of thing. They do at least have some time to recharge, And not to mention as well, you can also upgrade field upgrades with augments, which again, going back to the augment argument, you basically have to choose which augment you want. So it's not like Cold War, again, like where you just upgrade and get everything. And finally, one thing I do like about Black Ops 6 Zombies is how they handled the gum system. Now in Black Ops 3, you basically had to get like liquid divinium to like basically gamble to get what you wanted, whereas in Black Ops 6 it is still randomized, but I do like how you earn them by playing the game rather than getting a currency to gamble on gum that you probably won't get. And again with Black Ops 6 you don't know what you're going to get by playing the game, but I do feel like they're a lot more fairer with what they give you. And again in Black Ops 3 it depended on how many liquid divinium you spent to get actual good gum. So for example, if you spent 3 liquid divinium at once, it'll basically give you 3 gums. It wasn't always guaranteed to give you something good, whereas in Black Ops 6 you can basically play the same number of rounds again and you could end up getting something good. But I do like as well how some of the more overpowered stuff like Perkaholic don't actually spawn that often. You basically have to play a lot of games to get a chance of getting it. That way it does balance the game a lot more. And I feel like some gums are overpowered, but I gotta be honest, I do much prefer this system of playing the game to unlock gums rather than having to rely on liquid divinium. Not to mention as well, you basically unlock gums by leveling up in the game. You know, it just makes getting them a lot more easier, in my opinion, a lot better. But yeah, that is it. That's 5 things I actually like about Black Ops 6 Zombies. If you want to see any more Black Ops 6 Zombies content, or you got any more suggestions, do leave them below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join Discord if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.